Welcome back to Friday with Mr. B. Of course, our key subject definitely is corruption, but we're looking at the international community, especially after a team of diplomats had a meeting with the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission in regards to how the fight against corruption can be taken to a higher level. Now, there were a couple of commitments that the diplomats put on the table. One, to not give visas to specific government officials who have been mentioned in regards to corruption. Of course, another one was to at least help the monies that have been stashed abroad could actually be brought back. So those are really key commitment lines. But let's listen to Mr. B. So, Mr. B, you're saying if our government officials are like you,
yeah,
they will not even be shaken even a bit.
yeah,
But perhaps you could also mention,
yeah.
is this more of really helping, or there is also a big brother mentality?
Yes, there is arrogance on the part of these envoys, because they think, oh, our countries are so important that we are dying to go there. Yeah? Which is arrogance. And we have been made to think that it is essential and very important for you to go there. Yeah? Kenya, we have now like 70 universities, and they are becoming more. Yeah? So, you may study here and, finish. So what I think practically they should be saying, it's not about visas. They should say the strategy to bring back the money stashed in their countries is like this. And they go point by point. First, the investigative arm. But they don't even need that, they know.
Sure.
That this is the amount of money that people have put into their accounts there. Yeah? The Kenya, the Nigeria, Congo, all this is known.
It's known.
Yeah.
The accounts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people who have died and those accounts were not known. So what happened to that money? So these countries also, that strategy to enrich themselves, they must say, is what has perpetuated corruption in these developing countries.
Because also allowing the monies to be stashed in their countries.
Yeah, in secrecy.
Exactly. So that was also part of it.
So the first, the next step is to give publicity. Let them call another press conference, and they should have promised that we are going to come for another press conference, and we are going to give the names of individuals.
Wow.
And the monies that are stashed where. Because they have very powerful investigative arms, MI5, CIA, Mossad from Israel, some of the best investigative arms. And they say, next one, if you don't voluntarily declare, we are going to give the names. Then you know they are serious. After they have given the names, they say, we have given you 2 or 3 months to make sure that money voluntarily you bring it back. If it doesn't, then our government, we are going to make arrangement for it to be brought. Yeah? Those are now serious commitments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? But just to write a statement and come and tell us those, that is too little.
It's too little.
Yeah.
Too little. I'm looking at the other side of the coin, the Kenyan government.
Yeah.
Because definitely for diplomats to stand
Yeah.
and speak in that kind of tone
Yeah.
to a country that is independent and
Yeah.
we say we're sovereign
Yeah.
and we expect investments to come in, it's really not good for business. How can the Kenyan government show that it's also very serious
Yeah.
in regards to
Yeah.
fighting
Yeah.
corruption?
What? First of all, the government should welcome that little, the way we have said is good.
Sure.
And the government response should be, we are now creating structures and a partnership with these countries to make sure this money can come back. And we will share
Information,
information
transparent.
freely, and we will publicize all the people who have started their money there. Whether some is in, they are wealthy people who wanted to save money, whether they are people in the government, all that. And the government should further say that we are going to do the social audit the way they said, that they are going to do social audit of those people working with the KRA to look at their accounts. Yeah? So government should be saying, we are going to do that social audit for all the people who have served in the public service. In one interview I told you, all the wealthy Kenyans that we know today, all of them have served in public service. Nobody is wealthy that we know who has not gone to the public service, who has just come from his SME and he has grown and he has become without either tenders of public sector, even though he has not worked there. Yeah?
Sure.
So the government should take this opportunity to say, why don't we then collaborate? But we must start here. We must do the social audit, look accounts, even if they want to do all the accounts of millions of Kenyans, let them have this opportunity to do, and people to be able to explain. If they have huge amount of money within a short time, they should be able to explain.
You explain.
And then that becomes like a moment in our history to clean our house. Yeah? That's how the government should do. Engage them immediately, but not just keep quiet. Yeah.
So there must be a quick engagement.
And the last thing is that you said, being sovereign. You cannot be sovereign over corruption.
No.
That you are sitting on a chair like this, made of corruption.
No.
And you say that we are sovereign. We don't want interference.
No.
It's just like when there was abuse of human rights. They were told no.
There's nothing like
There
that.
is no that you are a sovereign country, so you are allowed to kill your people. They were told no. Similarly, the corruption is killing many people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perhaps just a final question. There's normally this Kenyan tribe that is normally forgotten.
Yeah.
Kenyans in the diaspora.
Yeah.
And definitely when statements such as this are mentioned, I believe even to some of them, there is some kind of stigmatization. Oh, your country, what is happening with your country? What can Kenyans in the diaspora also do Yes, they don't live in Kenya, but definitely they contribute. What do you think they can do to also be part in the fight against corruption?
You know, once you know you have cancer, and you know cancer can kill you, there is no issue that I feel bad that people will know I have cancer.
You'll cry out for help.
You cry out to help. You even tell them, it's cancer I have. So they should not feel that way. What they need to feel is that there is opportunity for us to make a difference. How can we join up together to campaign even capitals where we are and say we are coming now to demand that you give a list of all Kenyans who have started their money here. So UK, they go to Downing Street and say, your ambassadors, they said that these countries can cooperate to bring back the money stashed here. And all of them, because there are many, you can have even 20,000 going to that embassy. This is what they need to do in a hurry. Because once that happens, there will be so much money that, first of all, citizens can go now to borrow. And you find the interest rate will go
absolutely
down like that. Yeah? Then they will also see that there is money available to do infrastructure, many development projects. Yeah.
Wow. Very tangible things that we can do, the Kenyan government, the diplomats, and even Kenyans in the diaspora. That's what happens here on WTV Friday with Mr. B. We just don't talk about issues, we also want to actualize things. Perhaps your final word as we move on in terms of that fight against corruption. Because yes, we're talking about the international sphere, but there's also a Mama Mboga who might listen to these diplomats and think, well, this is just their business. Let them handle from up there. What is your message to the Mama Mboga, the Juakali person?
Is to say that corruption affects them in a very big way. They may even think it's up there. But why he may remain in that state for many years to come is because that corruption has defined that that's the only place he can be. Because for Mama Boga, take like now, Matatu is paying every day almost, or every trip to the police. Yeah? This Matatu is paying to the people who do the inspection. This Matatu is paying to the county where they park. Yeah? And all those is loaded to Mama Boga to bring that boga to town. When she starts raising the price of the boga, then people are not buying because they'll find somebody else who is bringing them in a big quantity, saying one boga is 10 bob, one boga is 10 bob. So it has very big implication to that Mama Boga. When she takes child to be recruited in the armed forces, she is told is 150,000. So she is actually, her destiny is already decided, and her family and the long term, they will always be children of Mama Boga, they will be inheriting the Boga business there in that small place.
That's the reality, and that is why the fight against corruption must be active, and it begins with the very simple things we do. So it's not just about saying corruption is out there, but it's actually with us and within us, and that is why all of us must come together and fight it. Let's meet next time. Friday with Mr. B, always here saying things must be done, not just talk about things. Things must be done. My name is Johnson Mokazi. Let's meet next time. WTV, Friday with Mr. B.